Yeah, I want to begin by saying, there's no moral victories in this game. We all compete very, very hard to win. So I want to start that way, but understand this. There are a lot of things that I'm happy about. I was very happy, number one, that how good Matt Cleveland played. It would be so great if he was to play like this every night, because he was a real factor at both ends of the court. He rebounded extremely well. He scored the ball, defended well. So that's a major positive. Secondly, we had the lead for 36 minutes. In the tournament last week, we never had the lead in 3 consecutive games, not 1 second. So we got ourselves off to a better start. We played more consistently at both ends of the court. The third thing I was happy about is the rebound totals against a team of that size with those kind of athletes. We both got 33 rebounds, and they got 9 offensive rebounds to our 8. So from a improvement standpoint, from a statistical improvement standpoint, there are some things I'm really hopeful that we can play more consistently like this. My major concern was about our inability to really defend the 3 down the stretch, and quite frankly, I was very impressed with their ability to make threes. I mean, John L. Davis and Ivisic both made really important 3-point shots. But we defended Theo very well. Boogie Flan's a pro. I mean, you can see that. As a freshman, he really plays terrific at both ends, plays really hard. We had Nigel had another terrific game. He had 22 points. Matt had 15. Jalen had 12. We needed just a couple of more guys to step up and have not great games, but good, solid performances. And the last game, Brandon had 23, but today he only gets 5. He has 5 points and 3 rebounds. The other day he had 23 and 8. The challenge for us is to find a pattern that can be consistent. Like, we've changed the starting lineup now. Let me see, one change, 2, 3. I think it's either our 3rd or 4th change, and we probably have to do it again until we find the right combination of guys to not only play well for 36 minutes, but to finish the job.
Does it make it more heartbreaking that you led for 36 minutes, had all those improvements, reached all the goals that you had talked about in all these meetings, and for it not to be enough?
No, I think every player, every coach hates losing. You don't play the game to lose. That's why I say there's no moral victories. Well, we played pretty good for 36 minutes. No, the bottom line is we want to finish strong and finish the game with a W. And the only way to do that is we have to get consistently good defensively and rebounding. So,
what did you tell Matt Cleveland?
I didn't tell him anything.
No, but you said the other day that you had challenged him a little bit or something. You wanted him to play better because he came out like a different player today.
Yeah, probably Arkansas. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes the players, they're not listening to the coach or figuring out the strategy. They're looking at the opponent and say, man, these guys got like NBA caliber players. I want to show I'm capable of being that kind of player myself. And that's great. You want guys like that who rise to the occasion of the competition. What you don't want is the roller coaster. I'm up for certain games and I'm not up for certain games. You've got to really try to be as consistent as you can be, because consistency is what the coach values. And I'll use an example. I've had players in the past who scored 21 night and 2 the next game. I'm like, well, which guy are you going to be tonight? Oh, I play great defense when I'm going against a great player, but this other guy who's not that good, I don't even guard and he has a great game. Consistency in everything you do in life is the whole key. If you're a baseball player, if you hit, a couple of home runs in one game and then you strike out, the next 3 or 4 games, it's about, your batting average. In baseball, if you can bat .333, it's great. In three-point shooting, if you can shoot 40% from three, that's great. If you're shooting over 50% overall, that's terrific. If your rebounds, if you're averaging for a big guy a rebound every 3 minutes, that's great. If you're a guard, a rebound every 5 minutes, that's great. But if you're not doing that, if you're playing good one game but not the next, it's hard to win that way.
Coach, I wanted to ask about the decision to roll with Austin in the starting lineup tonight, and just how you think it performed and meshed with the other starters.
Well, I think Austin is practicing and playing very well. Now, the last game, he shot great from three. Tonight, he was 1 for 6. That's what I told you in the last game, right? If you have guys who are shooting 35, 40% from three, is he capable of doing that on a consistent basis? Yes. Is Jalil? Yes. But when they don't do it, then I have to find someone who might. All right. So today we didn't start Jalen, but obviously he was in at the end, and he was in during our run, and he scored 12 points. So we just got to keep getting better.
And then also, what did Arkansas do offensively that you think, I guess, made it a little bit difficult to defend them, to defend their three-point shot?
They run a screen and roll and send that 7'2" guy to the basket, and they throw it to him, and he dunks it. So we probably need to help on that. And then when we help, it opens up the three-point shot. Oh, and some of his, that one in the corner, he didn't pick and pop or pick and roll. He just stepped out and nailed a three.
One more?
For you, having a guy like Matt Cleveland who was just going downhill, first of all, how important is that to have someone to physically impose your guys' will? And then do you hope that carries over to the rest of the team? Because it seemed like everybody else wasn't as strong going up.
Okay, you talked about Matt Cleveland, but what was the end?
Oh, just do you hope that his downhill style and his physical play today carries over to the rest of the team?
I actually hope it just carries over to him. The thing about accountability and responsibility, all the players, all the coaches have to be responsible. You have to know what your responsibilities are. And you are accountable to your teammates and your coaches. And the coaches are accountable to the players. Are we doing a good job? Are we sending the right messages? Are we teaching the right things? The amount of time that we spent on free throw block out is unbelievable. I mean, and I've coached, for 54 years, never spent this much time on free throw block out. We did a better job, but they still got one. Why? Did we do something wrong? No. The guy's 7'2", and he's just taller and longer. He got a hand on it and tipped it back to himself. But what I'm saying is, if Matt can be like that, game in and game out, that helps the next guy because it says that's what coach is looking for. Nigel is doing that. Actually, Jalen is doing that. I'd say Brandon is very close to doing that. Lynn is doing that. And we need more guys. The freshmen need to pick it up, help us more consistently. Thanks, everybody.